What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another Prizepicks NFL player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys two picks, each winning some money over here on Prizepicks for this Week 6 Thursday night football matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Excited to get into it. If you have not checked out Prizepicks, guys, would highly recommend you check them out. It is a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like players' passing yards, rushing yards, receiving yards, fantasy score, pass rushing, receiving touchdowns, and more. Go ahead and use that promo code KJK DFS when you sign up today to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100. You can deposit anywhere from $10 to $100. As soon as you deposit that using my promo code, they're going to match you up to $100 when you sign up today. If you are going to be very serious, guys, and you're really looking to step up your game, I do offer premium content packages. We were able to hit for a 10x over there on MLB on Tuesday night, which was a nice little hit. So I turned 400 into 4,000, and we had a bunch of other winners over in the VIP winner circle that I do want to give a shout out. Always working hard over there, trying to provide more content. Do provide this content for free, but the VIP, you're going to get even more. All my picks, all my tickets as soon as I place them. Itachi cashing in, going with the over Marcell Ozuna, hits, runs, and RBIs. Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Aaron Nola turning 10 into 100. Jeff Dean, I know, tailed. I had this same exact ticket. He put in the taco. Unfortunately, I had Sonny Gray's under strikeouts in the VIP ticket. So we went 5-1. We doubled our money. We've done that in back-to-back nights now. Got that 10x, and then we've gone 5-1. The MLB picks have been doing great. Just been getting hooked on that last one. But he replaced with a taco, cashed in 10 in the 250. Love to see that. Also tailed that same ticket that I said. I cashed in for 4,000 in the VIP that I posted. 10 into 100. So love that for Jeff Dean. Castro as well, using those picks on Underdog. Actually, some of his own, because there were home run picks on Underdog. So went with the Seager and Adolis Garcia home runs instead, and then the under on Ryan Mountcastle. This is that ticket that I shared with you guys to begin the video. And then Taco Beast cashing in as well, going with that Astro stack, mixing in some of the picks from the Texas game as well. And Ditto Boy as well, mixing in some NHL action. So shout out to all you guys over in the VIP, guys. If you are interested, that is linked below in the description. It is patreon.com/KJK_DFS if you want to get access to all my picks as soon as I place them. NBA is coming up. We got NFL going on. We got college football going on. It's a great time to join. Obviously, the MLB postseason, I haven't been able to put out any videos. I'm just waiting on this Thursday night football matchup. But picks every single day going on over in the VIP. If you are getting serious, really looking to ramp up your game, check that out. We've also been on quite a run with the VIP Play of the Day. That's another feature that I added due to requests from VIP members. So you can see we've hit, last night we had Will Smith, cash on that. Night before I went with the Jose Altuve, hits, runs, RBI, cash on that. Jimmy Garoppolo, under passing yards I liked as my favorite play on that Monday Night Football game. Cashed on that. And then over the weekend, Jalen Hurts over fantasy score is my favorite play, and cashed on that. So 1, 2, 3, 4 plays in a row on the VIP Play of the Day. Some people join and they're like, I like to run two-mans, or, I like this. So I add features to where you can do that. I talk about running only 5 and 6 mans on Prizepicks as much as you can because it's most profitable long-term. Some people don't want to listen. I've got a bunch of resources in the VIP that tell you, how to manage your bankroll, which tickets you should be playing, the return on investment you're getting at different hit rates, all that stuff to explain it. But like I said, the VIP Play of the Day is a nice little feature. An example of one of the things you get access to my Prizepicks, Underdog, Sleeper, Parlay Play, all the above. So check that out if you're interested. That is linked below in the description. It is patreon.com. There have been multiple people that have hit the join button on YouTube to join the KJK DFS fan club. That is another way to show support. You're going to be donating to the channel every month. You're going to be top priority in the comments. I'm going to respond to you. You get a little badge next to your name. Live streams your top priority. So that's another way to show support, but it is not the premium content. So I just don't want people spending money on stuff they don't want to be spending money on it. If you want to show support that way, that's fantastic. But I've had many people sign up, and then they're like, "Where are the picks?" And I'm like, "You didn't sign up for the picks. You signed up for the fan club." There's graphics all over the screen that say premium picks and deposit bonuses linked in the description, and people still hit the join button on YouTube. So I just want to make that clear. But anyways, let's get into the picks. If you enjoy the content, guys, would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It's free. It takes 2 seconds to do. Last thing that I'll mention before we get into the video is there is some power washing going on outside of my office. If you hear a little bit of a sound in the background, the sound's not the best in this video compared to what it usually is. I apologize, but I got to get this out to you guys. So you might be hearing, I'm going to do a little bit of editing in the background, try to reduce that sound, but if you're hearing that power washing noise, that's what's going on. So let's get into it, guys. Let's talk about the 2 picks I got for you in this one. This game comes in with a 47.5 over-under. It is a 10.5 point spread in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs, so expected to be pretty lopsided in favor of the Chiefs. They have a 620 money line as far as them being favored in this one. And first thing that I'd like to address is the weather. Looking like we're going to get rain that will hold west, so it should be mostly dry, not fully dry. However, the winds, we're looking at gusts around even or over 30 miles an hour, with sustained winds likely coming in at 15 miles an hour or a touch higher. So it's going to be windy. It's going to be a bit ugly in the weather department here tonight in this game. And that is going to be factored into my picks. So we will start with the home side. And I'd like to discuss Mr. Patrick Mahomes, who gets to take on the Denver Broncos, who have been a terrible defense. They are the worst defense in the entire NFL. Dead last as far as defense rank is concerned, 32nd. And they're terrible in every category. They got a 41.6 coverage grade. That's worse than the entire NFL. Their pass rush, they're coming as the 8th worst in the entire NFL. Their tackling grade, they come in as the worst, dead last in the NFL with a 29 tackle grade. Their run defense is terrible. You get the point. They've been bad. They don't have a pass rush. They can't cover guys downfield. Like I said, with the weather, I do expect this to be a little bit of an ugly game. But one thing we know with Patrick Mahomes is that he can create on the ground. I currently have the top rushing grades pulled up for the entire NFL at all positions outside of the running back position. And no surprise, Patrick Mahomes, top at that list. I have talked about this multiple times already on this channel. I believe it was like the first week that I really hammered this home. Everyone talks about Patrick Mahomes' ability to throw the football. One thing they don't touch on enough is his ability to run the football. This guy can really scramble and create on the ground, as we've seen all season long. You look at some of these game logs. Week 1, as far as his running is concerned, 45 rushing yards. In week 2, 30. Week 3, 28. Week 4, 58. I'm sorry, 51, I should say. Last week was the first time that he didn't get any rushing yards. But outside of that, he's been scrambling. There have been many runs of 10-plus yards from him. Week 1, he had one 10-plus yard run for 16 yards. Week 2, 3 of them. Week 3, 2 of them. Week 4, 2 of them again. His long of 25, 15, 14, and 16. So he's been rushing, scrambling out of the pocket, and when he does, many of them are coming of 10-plus yards. With this defense being so terrible, with it being kind of ugly weather, I think there's going to be a lot of plays where, you know, the secondary is scrambling around, trying to cover these guys and these Chiefs wide receivers, worried about the pass from Patrick Mahomes. And then, of course, when you're covering guys downfield, the pocket's kind of, he's scrambling out. There's no one in front. He can scramble, make some plays. I'm seeing a lot of that happening tonight with the way this game's expected to go. With it being kind of ugly weather, with the Broncos defense being so terrible, they can't tackle anyone. So, you know, some play action, some bootlegs around them, doing everything they can to cover these Chiefs wide receivers to limit the pass game. But one thing I think that's going to be coming to fruition is Patrick Mahomes' ability to run once again. Like I said, last week, he didn't get the job done on the ground. It was a rarity, really the only week he hasn't. Pulled up the game logs here. Like I said, he's been fantastic all season long in that rushing category. Week 5, no yards on the ground, but however, before week 1, 45, 30, 28, 51. So don't let this week 5 dictate you off his ability to run. He's been getting the job done. Like I said, with the weather, I think he could rely on his legs a little bit more. You know, it's going to be more of the short check down passes, more of the trick plays, the play action screens, in my opinion, than the bombing it down the field in this one. You could always get those yards after catch, of course, but I think the game script really does point towards some rushing yards out of the QB position. And I like this rushing yards prop for Patrick Mahomes because of it. Like I said, last week against Minnesota, 0 yards on the ground. I would not let that dictate you off him whatsoever. Minnesota, different matchup than Denver. Denver is the worst defense in the entire NFL. Like I said, they can't do anything. They can't cover guys down the field. They can't tackle. They can't rush the quarterback. So that kind of a defense facing off against Patrick Mahomes, I think he's going to be able to create. I don't like relying on the passing yards because of that wind factor. Like I said, I could see there being some plays that are missed down the field just because of the wind that aren't necessarily his fault, not necessarily the receiver's fault. It's just the confines and the weather predicament that we're dealing with tonight. So pick number 1, We're rocking with the over 21.5 rushing yards for Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, Denver really lacks the ability to tackle. Patrick Mahomes has the best rushing grade in the entire NFL at the QB position, at any position besides running back. And I do expect him to be able to top this. A lot of 10-plus yards on those rushes for him. And with that being said, realistically, it's going to take him rushing 2 times. Give us 2 12-yard rushes, whatever the case may be. We top this rushing yard prop. Then obviously he has the ability to create for a lot more than that. He's ran for 16, 14, 15, and 25 being his longs on the season so far. So that'll be pick number 1. And then pick number 2, we're going to kick it on over to the other side for you guys and discuss the other quarterback in this game, in Russell Wilson. They're going to be playing from behind. They get to take on the Kansas City Chiefs, who also, by the way, are not the greatest defense. You're looking at their grades on the season for Kansas City. They are the 15th worst defense in the entire league as far as overall. They, once again, are not the greatest in the pass rush category. They have the 10th worst pass rush in the entire NFL. They have a much better secondary than Denver, I will say, so their ability to cover downfield is going to be a little bit better. But, once again, not the best run defense. And, once again, we have another QB on the other side of this game that he's getting a little bit up there. Don't get me wrong. Russell Wilson, drafted in 2012. He's been around the league for a while. But he has the ability to create on the ground. Now, not as good as he used to back in the day. I'll be the first to say that. You look at his rushing grades in Seattle, 2017, 75 rushing grade, 18, 73, 70, 77 in 2020, 2021, 76. Since he came to Denver, it's been down a little bit. Last year, he had a 67.2 rush grade. This year, 61.7. But he still has the ability to rush, and he's been doing it. And like I said, with the weather, the wind's blowing a little bit, I think that both these QBs, and not good defenses either, they're going to be able to scramble out. I think these defenses are going to have some breakdowns where they lose the quarterback. And once again, Wilson, we're looking at his game logs, how he's done on the ground so far this season. Week 2, he had 56 rushing yards. Week 5, last week against the Jets, he had 47. So he's shown the ability to run a long of 15, a long of 21. As far as those 10-plus rushing yards, he had 3 in that Week 2 matchup. 4 and 5, he had 1 and 2. So Russell Wilson, same thing as what we just discussed with Patrick Mahomes. Not quite as skilled of a runner, don't get me wrong. But I think that he's going to be scrambling. Once again, similar situation, not the best weather. The Broncos are going to be desperate to come from behind in this game, most likely with the game script. So he's going to have to make plays, I have a feeling. I don't think they're going to have the most success through the air against Kansas City, as I had mentioned, with that coverage grade that this Kansas City Chiefs secondary does feature. They're 15th best, not the best in the world, but also the Denver pass offense, as far as where they grade out, not the greatest either. They're kind of middle of the pack, 17th worst in the entire NFL in the pass grade. So expecting a lot of rushing. Same thing out of Russell Wilson. Have to create with his legs, the wind kind of going on. Kansas City defense that once again doesn't have the greatest pass rush though. And once again, a guy that's been creating for 10 or plus more yards when he's rushing on the ground in Russell Wilson in this one. So we're going to be pairing the running backs in this video. We're going to be pairing their rushing yards. I think both these guys can get out on the ground tonight, create with their legs, as we've seen them do multiple times. Like I said, last week he had 49 rushing yards from Russell Wilson. In Washington, he had 56. So he clearly still has the ability to create on the ground when he wants to, when he has to. And with the weather conditions, like I said, I think this is going to be a bit of a game where we see a little bit more, conservative play calling, I guess you could say. I don't see those deep bomb passes being converted that much. You can always throw those little slant routes that, of course, the receiver catches it, and after the catch takes it for 60 yards or whatever the case may be. So for me, I don't want to be relying on any, unders necessarily, strictly unders just because of the weather. You never know. But with the weather being factored in and these QBs being put in that predicament of maybe where they're not connecting their receivers down the field, I do think one thing's kind of a certain for us, and that's that they're going to have to create in one manner or another. I think they're going to have to create with their legs on the ground tonight. And I think they have the ability to against both these defenses that are below stellar in the pass rush. Kansas City, a little bit better, like I said, in the secondary, but still the pass rush, the line, the overall defense has been below stellar, leaving a window open to where I think Russell Wilson can scramble here for us tonight. So pick number 2, we're rocking with the over 19.5 rushing yards for Russell Wilson. Talked about it. We got some weather going on. We got some wind going on. We got 2 QBs that can create on the ground, though. Both guys that have rushed for 10 or more yards when they're carrying the ball on the ground. Both guys hovering right around 20 yards we need for their props. So, if they're able to get us 2 runs of 15 yards, maybe that one big one for 30, they should be able to catch these rushing yard props, as they've been able to do multiple times in the season. So that will be my 2 picks to get you win some money over here on Prizepicks in the NFL tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It's free. It takes 2 seconds to do this. Get this thing up over 200 likes if we could, please. And once again, the premium content, if you're looking to get access to all my picks, already dropped the 6th man for this Thursday night football matchup that I do like quite a bit. We got the MLB still going on. We got college football, all that stuff. The picks are going to keep rocking over there. Last night, missed the 6th man by 1. Matt Olson, his last at bat. If he would have came up and got a single or any sort of hit or RBI, all the above, we would have cashed another 6th man. But the hit rate's been fantastic over there the last few days. Looking to keep it going. Looking to keep it going on this one. Giving you guys 2 winners. Thanks for tuning in. Wish you all the best of luck on your NFL player props tonight. And we will see you in the next one.